Today's episode covers a sweep of automotive headlines: Subaru's new electric SUV, a fresh dashboard for the Toyota Supra A80, BMW's first NACS port in the US by 2026, the Corvette C8 dropping the manual gearbox, and a turbo AWD rally direction for the Subaru BRZ. Welcome back to Auto News Daily. I'm Leah Morgan. Let's dive into today's headlines. First up, Toyota has given its classic Supra A80 a notable cockpit update. The revived Supra has long been a car that mixes heritage with modern performance, and this new dashboard treatment leans into that balance with updated controls and a contemporary layout aimed at improving the driver experience. While the change doesn't rewrite what the Supra is, it signals Toyota's attention to how drivers interact with performance cars today, prioritizing ergonomics, clearer information delivery, and a cabin that feels both familiar and refreshed. Beyond the surface, these kinds of interior updates matter because they influence how well a sports car competes in its segment. Buyers of cars like the Supra expect a connection to the car's storied past, as well as modern conveniences that enhance usability day to day. A cleaner, more functional dash can make the car more approachable for a wider audience, while subtle design nods keep longtime enthusiasts engaged. For dealers and aftermarket tuners, a new interior layout also opens opportunities for customization, upgrades, and fresh merchandising. Small shifts that can have outsized effects on resale appeal and ownership satisfaction. Moving on to another performance-oriented story, Subaru is expanding its BRZ lineup toward a more aggressive performance package with a turbocharged all-wheel drive variant that's aimed squarely at rally-style driving. The BRZ has been celebrated for its lightweight rear-wheel drive purity, and this turbo AWD direction represents a significant broadening of what the model can be. Offering forced induction and all-wheel grip repositions the BRZ to compete in markets where traction and outright power are prioritized, and it brings rally-derived dynamics to a model that historically leaned toward balanced chassis feel. This change is notable for enthusiasts and for Subaru's performance strategy. A turbo AWD BRZ will attract drivers who want the brand's boxer engine character combined with enhanced traction and more aggressive power delivery. For Subaru itself, it's a way to diversify a beloved platform without discarding the original. Motorsport-focused variants can also reinforce a brand's image on the stages and roads where enthusiastic drivers spend time, potentially drawing new buyers who might have overlooked the naturally aspirated rear-drive BRZ. At the same time, this move raises interesting questions about how Subaru will manage the BRZ's identity across trims, so the lineup remains coherent for both purists and those seeking maximum performance. Shifting gears to infrastructure, BMW plans to install the first NACS charging port in the US by 2026. Adopting the North American charging standard reflects broader momentum around charging interoperability and shows how legacy automakers are adjusting to an EV charging landscape that had been fragmenting. Incorporating NACS into BMW's vehicles and network plans is a signal that automakers are aligning more closely with dominant charging architectures to make EV ownership simpler for customers. The implications of this adoption ripple across the industry. For EV owners, standardization improves convenience and reduces the need for multiple adapters or memberships. For OEMs, committing to a widely used standard helps reduce friction in launching new electric models and supports faster consumer acceptance. For charging network operators and policymakers, such moves encourage investment and coordination. The more automakers commit to shared standards, the more predictable the rollout of fast charging infrastructure becomes. It also shows that even premium brands see value in harmonizing technical approaches to accelerate EV adoption and meet customer expectations. Next, Chevrolet's decision to drop a manual transmission option from the Corvette C8 marks another turning point for high-performance cars. The Corvette has long been a benchmark American sports car, and removing the manual gearbox from the C8 lineup underscores how performance and consumer preferences have evolved toward automatic and dual-clutch systems. Manufacturers increasingly prioritize transmissions that extract every bit of performance, efficiency, and emissions control from modern powertrains, and automatics often outperform manuals in measured acceleration and lap times. For driving purists, this is a bittersweet development. Manuals are tactile and engaging, but their presence in top-tier performance models has dwindled as technology offers faster, more consistent shifts. From a business perspective, focusing on automated transmissions can streamline production and development costs while aligning with regulatory and performance targets. It also raises questions about how manufacturers will preserve driver engagement as manual availability declines through software, driving modes, steering feel, and other mechanical cues that keep the experience immersive even without a clutch pedal. Before our final story, a quick note: if you find value in these daily updates, please like and subscribe. It helps us keep bringing the news to you. And now, the story drawing the most attention today: Subaru's reveal of an all-electric SUV. This model represents a major step in Subaru's broader electrification efforts, and the reveal positions the company to compete in the growing EV SUV segment across key markets, including North America and China. Transitioning a brand known for rugged all-wheel capability into the electric era requires balancing traditional Subaru strengths: durability, confidence in inclement conditions, and a reputation for safety, with the unique packaging and energy management needs of battery electric vehicles. The introduction of an electric SUV from Subaru matters for a few reasons. First, SUVs are the primary battleground in many auto markets, and offering an electrified option helps Subaru meet shifting consumer demand while adhering to emissions and fleet targets. Second, Subaru's history with symmetrical all-wheel drive and a reputation for real-world reliability gives it a foundation to market an EV that promises capability in diverse driving conditions. Finally, competing in markets like North America and China means Subaru will face direct rivalry with established EV players and newcomers, so the product needs to stand out in areas such as range usability, charging compatibility, interior practicality, and value proposition relative to competitors. Strategically, the electric SUV also signals Subaru's readiness to invest in EV platforms and the associated dealer and service infrastructures required to support battery vehicles. Owners expect their dealers to be knowledgeable about charging, software updates, and battery maintenance, and Subaru's ability to deliver on these aspects will shape early consumer sentiment. Moreover, bringing an electric SUV into mainstream lineups helps normalize EVs among shoppers who prioritize the utility of SUVs but may have been hesitant to embrace electrification until now. That wraps up today's roundup. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time, and we'll be back with more updates tomorrow. See you tomorrow.